This is the second video in the series on the 3 causes of subluxation. In today's video, we're going to deep dive into chemical stresses, but just to refresh your memory really quickly, the subluxations are the spots that we need to adjust on your spine. They are not a partial dislocation like you will find if you Google just the word in Google. That's a medical dictionary you'll get. So please watch the previous video for physical stresses and the future one for emotional stresses, but the 3 causes again or trauma, toxins, stress are physical, chemical, and emotional stress. So let's break this down and get into it. All chemicals in our life have an effect on our body and how it functions. Some of these have a beneficial effect, others have a negative effect. And there are some that are really easy to reduce or completely eliminate in our lives. So let's talk about probably the biggest 4. These can be some of the hardest to break. However, they're also some of the easiest to reduce if we've got the mental capacity to do it. So these have a huge effect on our health, and many of us ignore them. This is caffeine, alcohol, tobacco, and sugar. Any way we can reduce them will be a benefit to our physiology. So some of these we may not be willing to give up at this point in our life. And that's okay as long as you understand they have a negative effect on your body, especially in larger quantities. Therefore, you need to be doing things from another perspective to try to boost or make up for the negative impacts they have. Then there are the less obvious chemical stresses in our body, like the chemicals on your veggies if you're not eating organic. So scrubbing your veggies really well will help with that. I personally, in our house, we've tried soaking them in things like vinegar and salt with water. There is a mixture ratio for that. I'm sorry, I can't remember it, but look it up. Then scrub your veggies really good. Not only did this remove a lot of the chemicals according to the sources we found it on, it also, in our experience, made our veggies last longer in the fridge. So that was kind of a big bonus for us. Then there might be, the chemicals that you use to clean your house or in your garden workshop. Wearing one of those little masks may help reduce your exposure to them. Using them in a well-ventilated area, again, is going to help reduce it and will be more ideal for you. Any way you can reduce them would be great, like finding a natural alternative to the ones you're already using. However, whatever you can do will help reduce the impact of the chemicals on your body. Then there are chemicals in things like our town water or our rainwater. In the town water, these chemicals are there to ensure a high quality drinking water that meets standard in the lines, because sometimes the water travels a long distance and can be in the lines for days on end before you get to put it into your pot or in your water, your glass for drinking, or in your sink or bath for bathing. So do what you can to reduce it there. There's some really cheap, simple inline filters that you can either install yourself from the hardware store or a little more advanced ones that you'll need a plumber to do. Take those on and see what you can do there. Now, if you're talking about rainwater, we have chemical that falls on our roof because we live in the riverland, and there is horticulture, viticulture, and dryland agriculture around us. They're all using chemicals for production, which means they're getting larger, better quality production faster. However, it does mean some of it goes up in the air and will land on your roofs. That'll get washed into your rainwater tanks, so you will have live chemicals, most likely, in your rainwater tanks. Water filters there can actually pull some of them out. They tend to need to be more advanced, like a reverse osmosis system. Look into it if you're drinking your rainwater. However, if you're just showering in it, a reverse osmosis system probably won't keep up. You won't want to get one that size, so you may just have to do other things to counteract your exposure. But the more you can reduce these, the less care you're going to need in the long run. Then there are the more controversial ones in people's lives, like your medications. Often these are necessary for people's health and actually for their survival. This does not mean that they should go unchecked and unreviewed, though. Ask your medical doctor to review your medication, especially if you're getting some new symptomology that may be related. Ask them about that. Is this symptom possibly caused by that? Because often there is an alternative to the drug you've been put on that will do the same thing. So ask, your medical doctor should be quite happy to discuss those with you. Another thing is ask your medical doctor about lifestyle changes that may help reduce your reliance on those medications if you're not happy taking them for the rest of your life. But in the meantime, do not stop taking your prescribed medications. Consult your physician before making any changes in your medications. Some of them you do need to step down, others you can go cold turkey on. Let your physician tell you which ones those are and help you with those decisions. If you consider your lifestyle and where chemicals are involved, I'm sure you will find some areas where you can reduce the effect of chemicals on your health. Speak to us here in the office about your concerns. We may have tips on how you can help reduce them. I trust you found this video helpful. Please go ahead and click that like button down below. Help us help more people. Share this video with your family and friends. If you have any health concerns, please call the office to make a time to have a consult with one of our chiropractors and discuss and investigate your needs. To do that, just call the office on 8584-7011. And for more great videos like this, please check out our website, www.cmanchiropractic.com.au. They're there under the Downloads tab.